looking forward to opportunity to get back out on the field and play. Game didn't end the way we wanted to the other night, so we're looking for the opportunity to get to work today on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so we can get out and have another opportunity to get a win here at home. And we're looking forward to that. We got a tough opponent in Georgia State. Georgia State, I've known Coach Elliott for a long time. He's just gotten there, trying to establish their program, what they want to do, and they played two pretty good teams. You know, Tennessee State's a team a lot like North Carolina A&T. I tell our guys all the time, you know, everybody has good players. Georgia State, I've been recruiting the state of Georgia since '91. There are a lot of good players in the state of Georgia, and Georgia State will have good players. And so we've got to prepare extremely hard. But they played a Tennessee State team that was pretty good. I think their quarterback at Tennessee State was a transfer from Florida, and so a lot like A&T, like they have good players, and they came in and played well. We didn't finish the deal, dug too big a hole, but we're looking forward to this opportunity to play Georgia State. We've kind of got a series going with them. This is the back end of a home and home, and then we start another 4-game series with them. I think it's a game that should be played in that Charlotte and Atlanta and right down 85. So I think this will be a good opportunity for us to come out and play well in front of our home crowd.
It was huge, especially after Coach Wright's passing. We all banded together, tighter than I've ever seen any group of guys, you know. It was a much-needed win for the program. It was huge. It was just so much energy and passion fulfilled in the moment that it's just that was definitely a special moment.
First of all, O-line, you know, they made some really big blocks, gave me a lot of big holes. We caught A&T off guard, you know, saying with the fast-paced offense, got them on their heels, and so, you know, after a while we started getting the rhythm, and you know, coach started calling those plays, and you know, everything just started clicking. I feel like we can do that, you know, saying consistently every week. You know, we just gotta work hard throughout the week, like Coach Lambert said. You know, saying Tuesday's a grind day. Just gotta go out here and do it. Yeah, they run a 3-4 defense. So, you know, we gotta really work on running through in between tackles and block well on the line. Make sure we give Hassan some time back there, and just make a lot of plays like we did in this past week.
They're a big zone team. K-State ran a lot of zone rather than power. We were expecting a lot of power, but we couldn't stop the zone. So this week already, with yesterday's practice, we've emphasized stopping the zone. And honestly, just penetrating gaps and things like that. They did a really good job against Penn State, just moving the offense or moving the line of scrimmage, and turning people out, sealing people, just making the hole possible and letting the back do the back's job, you know. And that's just things that we've already reiterated for the past 24 hours ever since Sunday when I looked at the film the first time, that, hey, we have to create a new line of scrimmage in the backfield and, you know, make his job a little bit harder, you know.
Well, you know, hopefully we've recruited well, and you know, we've got some players in place. We've got a lot of Benny LeMays and guys like that. But you know, they're recruiting. They went through the transition with Trent and now with Coach Elliott. But like the biggest thing about our team is how close it is right now, and we've got to continue to be that way. And I think this group has done a really good job of that. Like I say, this group coming in here Saturday, you know, the running back, you talk about what they did at Penn State, you know, Taz rushed for 100 yards against Penn State. They had some turnovers and they gave up some big plays, but, you know, this running back's a good player. I mean, he can really go. And so offensive line, once again, you got a big offensive line coming in here. Coach Elliott's an offensive line coach, so, you know, that's going to be an emphasis for them. They're going to want to be able to run the ball. And so we're going to have to be on point and do a good job preparing this week. Yeah, no question, Mike. You need to win. I mean, that's the whole goal when you go out there on Saturday, and it's huge. You know, we were right there last week, and you know we need to finish one off and get a win. I mean, it'd be huge for our guys, and because they are working, this group's worked extremely hard since January, and they put in a lot of time, and that's why that's a rough locker room after a game like last Saturday. I mean, guys hurt. I mean, there were a lot of guys hurting down there because they know they put a lot of time and effort in, and they want to win. And so it's something that'd be huge for us this week. Yeah, a lot. You know, it's you're always talking to the guys, but I think the biggest thing is communication. I mean, you gotta communicate with the guys and no matter what happens, we got to get up the next day and go. I mean, we've got to put in the work. We can't expect to linger around in our misery for 4 days and expect to go out and play good on Saturday. Like, hey, I tell the guys all the time, Fido, you got to forget it and drive on. Like, we got to learn from what happened in the second half, try to build on that, but we've got to move on. We can't sit around and, worry about what happened last Saturday, or that'll lead to a problem this Saturday. That's one of the things about football, man. You get about 24 hours to, you turn the film on at Georgia State, and you're like, hey, we got to go. I mean, it's go time now, and see if we can work hard enough and put a game plan together, and get ready for this week and give us an opportunity to be successful.